Hello and welcome back to my channel. How are you doing today? Trust you're doing good. I'm trusting that this is going to be a short video. I want to share a very exciting resource with you. If you want to know what this is about, please don't go away. I'll be right back after I break. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for not going away. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back. If this is your first time here, welcome on board. I'm so excited to have you here today. I trust that you're going to learn a thing or two and you'd subscribe and keep coming back so that together we'd welcome our first timers on our next video. Yeah, so I want to share a resource with you. This is a pack of cards called Christian Culture Couples Edition. My husband and I bought this in the month of February, and we have not even used it. We've not opened it since then. It's just been lying there, and so on Sunday we eventually got to use it. Now it's like something that helps you. It's called Christian Conversation Starters for Couples. We know that there's a lot being said about communication. There's so much there are so many books about how that communication is like a foundation, a very vital part of every marriage, every relationship. But we discovered that many times couples are not really communicating. We are just doing a wishy-washy thing that we call communication, but it's not really communication. And many people are just there. They're just going through the motions of life with zero or a very shabby communication. Even though they are good people, they're people who truly love each other, right? Now we had to get to the place where we knew that, oh, we needed to sit down and get back to having proper conversations. When my husband stepped into a very busy season of life, his work has been very intense for him. We had these times, uh, number of years in our married life where we were basically always in the same space. He was not Work was not so intense, like taking him away for long hours at a stretch. So generally we had that time to bond. We're always around each other. That has been the structure of life we have known for many years, until recently, when he now began to delve into a different niche in his industry, which is more demanding, um, more more demanding. He has to spend longer hours, and gradually we discover that it's like we're barely having time to have proper conversations, right? We're not fighting, there was no issue, but that bond that is supposed to be there when you spend time talking, we're losing it gradually. And like they say, it's a slow fade. Sometimes the best of couples end up getting to this cold place, and it will not happen overnight. They just discover that years have gone by and they are strangers to each other. you know when he's leaving home, either he's away for a whole week, coming back at weekend, or when he's even going to work from home, he leaves early, comes back at night very tired. So what we are having is just like uh what's it called, perfunctory kind of conversations. um Even on days where he does not leave early, when he wakes up till the time he leaves, maybe around 10:30, 11 a.m., you discover that the number of time minutes we have spent talking is not even up to 25 minutes. I'm telling you the truth. Because when he's waking up, he's hitting the day with phone calls back to back, back to back, emails that require his attention that his PA cannot attend to. There are always issues to deal with, so many things. So sometimes some things are very touchy, you know, and he's just rushing off. At the door, he will just turn around, babe, we'll talk on phone. Even the phone calls, they're not realistic, because I do most of the calling. Maybe I'll call like twice in the course of the day just to check up on him. Because he is in the middle of the work. There's a lot of noise. Sometimes I call, we can't even talk. I have to end the call and call him back, because welding machines are buzzing, there's hammering, there's just a lot of noise. It's a construction site, right? So you're not expecting some that serenity in that kind of place. So it was beginning to take its toll on us. So when he's back like that, because we already have this culture of asking about thoughts, sharing about our day, what our day was like, he will still ask me, oh, how was your day? I'll ask him, how was your day? Sometimes when he's asking me, how was your day, tell me about your day, he's sleeping off when I'm talking because he's tired. Now we're no longer having time to bond over lunch, over breakfast, over dinner. Because most times he'll call me and I've already eaten dinner. I don't want to eat late, because when it's going to be late at night, and that means we don't have that time where we sit together to say we are eating, we are talking, or whatever. There was a time when He will drop the children in school. When we drop the kids off in school, he will say, "Oh, let's drive somewhere to have breakfast." That was a part of our routine, a part of our lives, right? And we're bonding. The drive alone was time to bond. The time you spend in the breakfast place was time to bond. The time journeying back was time to bond. But we're no longer having these kind of times because of how intense his work had become. And so with Scott, when he had said, "How was your day? How was your day?" We're just there. There's nothing to talk about. Some not that there's nothing to talk about. We're no longer talking about things that were uh, pulling our hearts together. Those kind of intimate conversations. It was mostly always about work, about what's going on site, and I'm genuinely interested in what's going on site. In fact, I usually ask him for pictures like every week. I want to see the progress. I'm excited to see his progress. I'm not the kind of wife who just staying there waiting. Oh, I want to buy this. Send me money. We need it. No, I'm interested in the process, in the journey, in what he's building. Right. To me, I think the biggest pay is not even money. The biggest pay is start seeing that building stand in a successful edifice. So yes, we got to talk about work, and then we talk about church. In fact, after talking about church, we discovered that it was kind of bringing more stress because maybe we discover, oh, this thing was left undone, oh, this person did not do that, and then there's tension. Oh, he has to call this person, rebuking that person on the phone. You didn't do this, you didn't do that well, and before you know it, the whole room is just filled with tension hanging in the air, and we will just sleep like that, or wake up with that same hangover of the tension from the previous night, and it was beginning to tell on us. The reason it was not obvious initially is because we've already had a strong foundation of building friendship over the years, right? Yeah, so by the time it became obvious that we need to pause and slow down and reconnect, I know we live in a society that our value system is sad. Money is our value system. Like everything is rated by money. When a woman is saying my husband is not spending much time with me, or a man is saying my wife does not spend much time with me because her job makes her travel around the world, will say is she not paying the bills, right? Everything is about money, but that's not how it should be. Yes, money is important, but when things that money cannot fix begin to suffer, you need to slow down and apply balance. No extreme is good. No couple should be idle because they are bonding and they are hungry, they're not productive. Then no couple should fall apart and kill their marriage because they were making so much money or because they were very busy, right? So we both decided that we're going to fix this, start fixing this, and be intentional. So on Sunday, that's last Sunday, this last Sunday. I don't know when you're going to be watching this, but that Sunday was the 21st of July, 2024. So we got back from church and we're like, we are going to spend time. We're going to put our phones on silent. And now somebody may say, oh, well, you're a couple now, there's sexual intimacy. See, bonding is it's not always about sex. There's the bonding of your hearts, the bonding of your souls that will sustain you when you get to the age where you are no longer sexually active, right? And you see couples that are old and gray. Do you know what kept them there? Strong communication. They had friendship. They had a solid connection of their hearts to each other. So we don't want to lose that. By the grace of God, we have had that over the years. But now that was like kind of beginning to kind of fade away. So on that Sunday, we go back from church, spent time with the kids, and then he was like, he wants to take a little nap. So I allowed him. Of course, I had to watch Abattoir. So um if you don't know what that is, don't worry, just scroll by, just keep watching, keep listening, right? So when I got back to the room, he was already sleeping. He had slept at least for like an hour, and then I woke him up like, okay, I'm done with the kids, so I'm here now, right? And then he sat up. I would discover that we didn't have what to talk about because we had a rule, we're not talking about church, so we didn't have what to talk about. We didn't want to talk about site work or any of those issues. So I just remembered I have this pack of cards. In fact, when we bought this pack of cards, we're looking for um, cards that spice up activities in the other room, right? You know what I mean? So when we got there, the pack of cards I saw there, it was really gross. The name put me off, like flirty, dirty, bitchy. I said no. Even though we want to be intentional about our intimacy and get what to spice it up, we want to do within the borders of what God has approved, and without unconsciously now opening a window for some dark spirits to now enter into our intimate space, right? Call me to spirit cocoa, whatever. Well, It's what it is. It's our place to guard our territories. Life is spiritual. So we left the card. We're like, no, we don't want to take that kind of card. So I saw this. I'm like, oh, this is Christian culture couples edition conversation, Christian conversation starters. So I was like, okay, let's take it. So I picked it. And then I think there was one for kids. I picked it for the kids too. And we just left it there from that February. Can you imagine how long ago it was? By then, I think we're not feeling the impact of this, our distance that was growing gradually. So, but now we're feeling the full impact. Like, no, we have to do something. I remembered we had this card, so I picked them. And then the cards are 103 cards. You cannot exhaust this in 1 year. If you are doing this together every weekend, right, in a whole year, I don't think you can exhaust them. Maybe you just take 3 cards. In fact, 3 cards are enough. So each card contains a question, a conversation starter, and instruction. They are so interesting and very beautiful. Some of them are around scripture, some are just around general talk, like this one. This one says, on a scale of 1 to 10, how happy are you with where you are in life right now? Do you see? How could you get to 10? And how can I support you? So your spouse is going to answer, you are going to answer. And trust me, this is a shovel, emotional shovel. It will dig out things you do not know were there. It will heal you of things that you have left. When you have a wound, you just leave it there, you're not treating, you just cover it with a bandage, but you're not treating it properly. You're not applying the right what's it called, medication to that wound. It's going to become a festering sore. Many married couples are going about with festering sores. Trust me. Christians, tongue talking, Holy Ghost filled, well meaning Christians. I'm telling you the truth. So it's going to cause you to talk without going through perfunctory conversations like, who have you eaten? How was work today? The children's school fees, they've sent the bill. No. Okay, I will pay it. Mommy called today. She said you didn't pick the call when you're on site. I'll call her back. Before you know, the person is snoring. These are conversations that are going to string your hearts together. They are going to reconnect you. So I took the cards and I gave him, I think 5 cards. I gave him blue. We have blue, we have green, you have red. So I took red. I didn't even know what to expect, and what the content of the cards were. So I'm like, okay, so you go first. Ask me a question. What does your card say? And then we began to, yeah, this is a question. We didn't answer this, but these are the kind of questions in the box. This says, what is your most memorable sexual experience in a marriage and why? You can just imagine this kind of Josie conversation. Don't look at me like that, please. I did not marry here to read your rhapsody of realities. We came to enjoy the whole benefit of being married, right? If you did not come to enjoy, don't marry or stay in your house. Don't watch this video. So you imagine what that kind of conversation would do to you. Those layers you have been covering, just going through the day. How was the day? How was work? There are issues in your heart. You're going to begin to talk about them. So we began to talk. When he asked the first question, like, babe, I love this. Why have we not been using this? That evening, we had such a beautiful time just talking. To me, that is even a deeper kind of intimacy, or it's like setting the right foundation for a more bonding experience, sexual intimacy, right? So it was so beautiful. I had no idea that kind of evening lay ahead of us. We had no idea. We shared answers that we did not even know were there. We were exposed to, we became conscious of principles we were applying as a married couple over the years that we're not even conscious about. Up until that time, I used to tell my friends that people tell me, mentor me. I want to mentor me. I'm looking concerning marriage. And most of the time, like, what do you want me to tell them? You say, your marriage is a blessing, inspire us. I'm like, I don't even know what to tell these people. I don't have a framework. I just know I have had a great marriage to the glory of God, up until this time when we're now having this growing distance and all of that, you know. But by the time we're now talking, we're now saying, oh, these are the things we have been practicing. Oh, this is what this principle is. This is what they call this stage. You understand? After 15 years of married life, right? It was such a beautiful experience. We opened up our hearts to each other. We answered vulnerable questions. We reconnected to our ultimate why. We got back in touch with that original thing, that place, that like our why. We were staring each other face to face. When this place, like the Bible describes, like as being naked and unashamed, because some of the questions were vulnerable questions, but we're answering. Nobody was being defensive. It was like the strongest bonding moment I've had in a long time, frankly, in a long time. There was a question we answered about how do you he talked about the Bible verse that says that we should not let the sun go down our anger. So the question was, how do we go to bed as a couple without allowing our issues spill over into the next day? And what my husband said was so profound. He said one of the things he sees in how we have been able to do that is that one person decides to step forward and own up for their parts, right? And he said, you don't say, I'm sorry if this made you angry. You say, I'm sorry for. You say what you're sorry for. You take responsibility for how you annoyed your spouse. And then that now brought us to the scripture that says, a soft answer turns away wrath, right? And that means when my husband offers a soft answer, when I offer a soft answer, that's, that thing that's bubbling you, that wants to make you quarrel and really have a showdown, that thing begins to seep out. It works every time. I was like, oh wow. And this is what we have put to practice over the years. We don't allow our differences linger. Yes, there are some nights where me, I just want to be petty. Like, I want to just sleep. Let me turn my back. You just want to do, leave me alone. It's very satisfying. Things of the flesh are bad. Don't do that. It's not good. you know. So, but we've hardly, yeah, there are times where we sleep over an issue, but in the morning we resolve it. I don't remember us carrying an issue for 24 hours. We're angry from last night to the other night. No, 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 no. In this 15 years, no, no, we don't have such a time. So, but I began to ask, how have we done it? What is the actual, what do we actually do? We just say sorry? People say they've let go of issues, but they didn't really get to the root of it. Your spouse is still hurt. Both of you are still hurt. Then you're just piling up issues. Then one day, this woman cracks and they say, but I thought she was a woman of God. It's because she had carried unresolved pain in her heart. So not letting the sun go down your anger does not mean sweeping it under the carpet. It means really killing it. Really, really dealing with it from the root. Right? So we answered that question, and it was so refreshing, and several other questions. It brought us closer together. It's like we received strength for this whole week ahead. So my husband was like, we're not going to stop doing this. This is going to be part of our routine every Sunday after church. And what we did, we put our phone on silent mode so that at least we can know who called us to return important calls, return calls, and send messages where we needed to send messages. So that was how that evening went. It was so beautiful. And you know me, when I find a good thing, I will share it. When I find a good edifying movie, you guys know me, I will always talk about it and share it, right? And when I find a resource that's going to help couples, I'm definitely going to share. So this is called Christian Culture Couples Edition. We got it at Prince Ebino a supermarket at Lekki, the one on Admiralty Way. I don't know if the other branches have it, but that was where we got this one. I think you can also get it on Amazon. You can order it on Amazon. It's just amazing. 103 cards. I think we only used like 8 cards that they 4 between us, and it just changed the game. It shifted the atmosphere. It laid the foundation for a very beautiful evening, right? And I could feel levels of tension. Sometimes we are carrying tension, we don't even know it. Levels of tension just ease out of us, and it has been a beautiful week since then, you know. So find these cards. If they are not in that store I talked about in Prince Ebino, get it online. Go to Amazon, search for it. I'm going to keep it here. You can look at it. This is what it looks like. So that when you see it, you can know this is it, right? And don't say, I know dollar price for shipping is crazy. Your marriage is worth every dollar you're going to spend. Trust me. The pain of having a marriage that eventually fizzled out over the years because we became unintentional about communication is not cheap. A broken marriage is not cheap, right? The pain of separation is not cheap either. So choose your hard. Choose where you are going to spend and invest in it. Communication is so important. Let's not sleep on it. Don't get to a place where you don't chop, you don't come, bye bye, welcome. Mm-mm. No. Out there is an exciting young lady who is ready to talk. Don't let that person become the person your husband is talking to. Out there is a free-spirited young man who wants to talk, who wants to listen to you. Don't let this become the excuse the enemy used to give you a plan B that was going to destroy your destiny. So I hope I have said enough. I hope this has helped somebody. So I said all of that to say Get this card. Spice up your communication. Be intentional. Be intentional. God is not going to help you make your marriage work if you don't play your part. He helped us by leading us to this card. It was now up to us to bring it out of the drawer and put it to use. Right? May God continue to help us and strengthen us in our marriages. May we continue to remain proactive and continue to build intentionally happy homes, strong marriages that our children are proud of, that God is proud of, that God can use to his glory even in these last days. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to coming your way again. Let me know if you have any questions concerning the cards. I'll be happy to answer. Leave your questions in the comment box and I'll be happy to clarify anything, any questions you have. Till I come your way again, keep winning.